No, it's in my backpack.
Where's Gary I?
What if I look too damn juvenile in shorts? I want to be taken serious.
Why don't we put the house lights up? Can we do that?
Would you like to be me right now? No.
Modi, how far back can I go? What about going back? Going backwards? How much can I go back?
Let's go all the way over here, guys. Moves down the hall, to the right, and up the stairs.
All the people are in the house. Now it's time to go kick it. Are you ready? Let's go.
Okay, let's do this. Roll camera.
If I'm supposed to have my jitters before I go on stage, now's the time to have them. But the faster you walk, the less time you have to jitter. I can feel them from here. I can smell them. I feel it one within. This is the height of art. Okay. Boy, I'm glad you all made it. It's one of the first gigs I've ever done in this town where everyone got to sit down. Except those who were working and got paid to stand up. Usually you do these gigs and everyone that wants to be into it, they're trying so hard. And you watch them and they're like standing like this, like trying to be into it, like, but inside they're going, God, I wish you just finished so I can go home and say, I saw it. Because you've been up since who knows what time you got up in the morning, and what do you do for a living? It's usually standing around listening to some asshole tell you what to do. And then you go to a gig and you get to stand around more. And then these people just talk and talk and talk and talk, and then the last guy goes on and he always goes real long. And then by the time it's finished, you hate the guy. He goes, oh, I have this one last thing I want to do. Get the fuck out of here so I can leave! Yeah, but you kind of like him. That's what happened when I saw the Ramones in 1979, and like some guy's dick was like in my ass. I'm like, and I had my entire face in like, some punk guy's hair, and so I had like dippity-doo in my face. And the Ramones were up there just like kicking ass, and they did like 3 encores of like 9 songs each. And I had sweated out all of my bodily fluid like an hour ago. I was nothing but like a potato chip in like punker clothing. And I was so dehydrated, I was just thinking to myself, please stop. This song's going, I don't want to, oh God, not again. He's not singing again. Anyway, you all are sitting and I'm glad. Anyway, I was home just in time to watch the great TV show that engulfed Los Angeles for 3 days. No matter what channel you turned on, it was the shit is on fire show. Every channel, like Channel 7, another anonymous strip mall is on fire. And it's like at nighttime, you see like men with garden hoses. That'll get it, no. Huge Niagara Falls hoses dumping into massive, volcanic expanses of flame. Didn't stop it. And you couldn't watch any other show except the shit is burning show. And it was depressing because then they cart out that fucking pig Daryl Gates and he says, well, I have no control whatsoever of this. And he said that and made it almost sound cool. He made it sound like he was right about something, It was so disgusting to sit at home and get insulted like that. So anyway, one of the days I was over at a friend's house. She turns on the TV. Oh, look, surprise, the shit is burning show is on. And there it is, there's another big flame out. I'm like, oh, look, what a surprise, something's burning. And then they flash the intersection, and we both go like, ah! It was like 3 blocks away. And we look out the window, and like there's like dark clouds in the sky, and like ash is coming in through the screen. It's like Vesuvius. We're in Pompeii, and we're going to be covered in silt. National Geographic will dig us up, 500 years later, we'll be just like, totally preserved. The fillings will be intact, everything. And so we hear the police helicopters. They're coming so close, the whole building's going like, and it's like chaos. So what happens when shit is burning, Police are in the sky. The National Guard is in the 213 area code. There's guys in cars driving around looking for stuff to fuck up. What should you do? Probably lock your door and cool it. What did we do? Let's go check it out! So we ran down to the corner. Look, there it is! Cool! So, here's the scenario. We're looking down the road, and sure enough, fire engines, flame, smoke, helicopters, the sun is setting. It was kind of beautiful in a way. And on the other hand, it was horrible, So we're standing there, all the people in the neighborhood are kind of gathered on the corner, just checking it out. And across the street is a Sam Goody's record store. All glass, big corner store, glass everywhere, with the big posters of all the bands behind there. There are one of those, those rent-a-cop guys. There's two rent-a-cop guys, tan uniform, no gun, Those guys are always a little overweight, and they always have that kind of look of slight unease on their face. So it was like, because this time it was a little out of hand. They weren't guarding a parking lot this time. All right, you cement, don't move. And then they do that for 8 hours. Oh, all the cars are still here. Okay, you can go home now. Oh, thanks. Here's the stick back. Bye. This time, there was looters coming up the street. There was like 5 guys standing across the street looking at the record store. Now, if you're a looter, imagine a store full of CDs and stereo accessories and all this glass. I mean, if you're a looter, lots of glass is the bee's knees if you're a looter. And if you got a rock and there's no law, you want to put the rock through the window if you're a looter. And so they're looking at the glass like, they're salivating. The two rent-a-cops are trying to maintain what the Los Angeles Police Department calls command presence. Command presence is when they pull you over for an illegal left turn and act like it's the invasion of Poland. Pull your car to the side, get out, okay. Get out of the car, you have 30 seconds to comply. Okay. I mean, it's broad daylight. It's 1992. It's just a left turn. Excuse me, officer, do not speak. Okay. That's command presence. They are in control of the entire situation. Everything in the world is in their grasp. You will do nothing, you will say nothing, you will hand over your ID and registration and insurance, or you will go to the pokey. That's command presence. And when one of these pigs you, you are in the grip of command presence, and they really know how to do it. They, they're like, steroid amped, and they're scary. They're not even reasonable. They're about as reasonable as my dad. So, these two rent-a-cop guys are standing in front of Sam Goody, really trying to look heavy to a bunch of guys who fuck shit up for a living. And they're like, it's not working too well. So the two rent-a-cop guys come over to us bystanders, and they say, hey, we will deputize all of you if you will come across and stand in front of the Sam Goodies. This is your neighborhood. You must protect it. Okay. It sounded pretty good. Me being a little bit more cynical than the average person. In fact, I'm more cynical than the average stadium full of people. I said, man, this guy has about as much legal clout as anybody here. He can't deputize shit, man. So let's think about that. Come and protect your community. Come across the street and stand in front of Sam Goodies. Okay. So what you're saying is, you want me to take a rock in the face for Paula Abdul. I'm a little confused, so let me get this right. I'm supposed to take a 2x4 across my chest for Bono. I'm supposed to stand in front of a huge piece of plate glass and try and defend it from 5 gnarly youths who want to go right over my head for Morrissey. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you! None of us moved. So, they go back to their post, hating it. Across the street, some young man picks up a wire-rimmed trash can and he starts going in circles with it, like picking up speed. And he starts moving towards, like a top, starts moving towards the liquor store window. And he's going to try and put that trash can right through. Right at that time, a few guys behind me with sticks go running after this guy. And they weren't running like... They were running as fast as they could. Do you think they're going to run over to that guy and go like, "Stop that! What's the matter with you? Are you an animal? Go home!" They're going to try and like put this guy's brains through his ears. And so I see the guy about to break the window and I say to myself, man, fuck you. The guy who owns that liquor store is cool. He doesn't need his windows broken, because if he's lucky, his place is just going to get looted. That's if he's lucky. He'll be able to replace all the liquor, sure. He'll get a new window, fine. But what if those guys torch the place? You got to realize that some of these people who own stores, they work for a living. They have families. They have kids they're trying to put through college. Some of these store owners, goodness gracious, they might even be good folks who don't deserve this shit. Just because a couple of cops can't control themselves and should jump into the La Brea tar pits. So these guys go taking off after this guy, and I think to myself, fuck you guys too. Because they're like running after them as fast as they can. People behind me are, get him! Get him! Don't! He's getting away! Kill that motherfucker! And I'm standing, and all of a sudden I realize I'm standing next to guys who are just as fucked up as the guy with the trash can and the guys with the sticks. And I had a crisis. It was, fuck all y'all. I look up on the roof of the building right above my head. There's a man with a rifle. Man, I was out of there. Back to the apartment. I did not surface for 2 days. The day I surfaced was the day I got to go to Los Angeles International Airport and go to the Midwest and go speak at universities. So, the cab driver comes and he goes, how do you want to go to LAX? I said, take me down La Cienega. We'll take the surface street all the way down. So I figured, it's a surface street, it goes right through some hairy parts of LA, and I'll get to see some carnage, and I'll see what's happened, Because it's not as if you can really go walking around. Excuse me, are you going to loot that? Can I watch? I mean, in Hollywood, there's a Silo appliance store. Apparently it got cleaned out to the point where there was only a washing machine left. Can you imagine people pulling up with pickup trucks? One guy gets out, has a bag back, 4 gang members help him get that washing machine on the back. Hey, hold up, man, you're going to hurt your back. Okay, fellas, let's get it up here. No, you stand back, man. Just relax. You're going to hurt yourself. You got that truss on. Come on, we'll do it for you. Here, take these extra speakers we ripped off, too. Have a nice drive home. Do you have enough gas in your tank? Look, here's a 5. Fill it up with gas. You got a long drive back to Chino. Okay, have a good trip, buddy. So, I'm going down La Cienega, and as we go deeper south, it gets worse and worse. You start seeing broken windows, and then burned stores, then burned cars, and then just like devastation. And you see these poor store owners doing whatever they can to keep their places from getting destroyed. The obvious ones, black owned, which doesn't work so hot if some guy hates black guys. He just goes, new target, Molotov, but these guys are just doing whatever they can to keep their store, And the thing I thought was the best was there's a computer store. Computer stores are run by people who are pretty smart. The computer store has a single piece of plywood over the door. It says, already looted and burned, tenants upstairs. Okay? The place was not looted. It was not burned. There was a roof with nothing on top of it. There were no tenants on top. I can see these computer guys in the back into a virtual reality trip. Or just being like the cynical geniuses they are. Like, oh, it's going to be a riot. Okay, Oh, I got it. Do we still have that piece of plywood in back? Okay.